Okay, this is Steven again. I'm on live right now. I'm just tonight to do a video, and I did some last night. Went out to eat today. That's the topic for today. Went out shopping, did some shopping. Went to a really nice place to eat, all you can eat place. Took Cindy out. We booked it. Anyway, I wanted to get to medical a little bit. Talk about some things that possibly can affect your heart. Like myocarditis, endocarditis. Things that's really serious. And it goes into complications, high blood pressures, like a filter in, like I told you, I never really told you this before, but on a car, I told you about different filters in a car. Let's say you got your filters underneath your car, your fuel filter that's so clogged up and everything, it just can't go, right? Same thing with cardiomyopathy. See, I told you how to make the sneaker upper. Cardiomyopathy, right, guys? It doesn't pump the blood through the rest of the body right. You know why, don't you? Because it's lack of pumping action to the body. Okay, when you get damage to the heart, you can't repair. Okay, once the heart is damaged in certain parts, you have dead tissue or whatever, if you get damage from a heart attack or, like I told you, myocarditis or endocarditis, from this inflammation that goes into cardiomyopathy. I mean, there's variations. That's what I call derivatives. Different variations that it can happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen, guys. Just remember, see your doctor, cardiologist. Okay. Okay, well, see your doctor first. He'll probably refer you to a cardiologist. Okay, I'm just being honest with you guys. Okay, I don't want to mislead anybody on anything. Okay, first of all, I just want to be simple and everything. Okay, there's also one more good idea. If you have a history of anything like clots, not clot, I mean like high blood pressure, bad circulation, and you don't have, okay, you're not on Coumadin, okay? I'm not going to mislead you on anything, okay? I was always told by my mom and stuff when she was alive to take an aspirin every day. It keeps the heart attack away. Right, guys? 81 milligrams. This becomes a small capsule, Joseph, aspirin or whatever. Ask your pharmacist, ask your doctor, what is a good regimen? What is a good, solution? Basically, is what I'm getting to. Okay, so topic on this tonight is, it could start a lot of different ways. This could start through infections surrounding in your mouth, from teeth. Okay, bad teeth can cause it. Oh my God, bacteria goes in your blood. Okay, going through, all kinds of things, history, family history, hereditary, different kind of things, that high blood pressure. There's variations. That's why I said variations. You look into it a little bit more, it explains what cardiomyopathy is, because lack of pumping action of the heart muscle, what are you going to get? Lack of everything. Lack of the blood, lack of oxygen, lack of, being here practically. It's what it's going to feel like. Probably. I really don't know because I don't have a knock on wood yet. I'm drinking up Coke when I get so I pray. No, I'm not joking about this. I'm being serious. I tried to make a little bit of one, but that's no joke. This is no joke. Because, I've had some people in my family that had end stage, a lot of end stage things with cardio, VTech, and also VTech's another thing too, where rhythm, the heart too, and there's a lot of things that happen with your heart. Your heart is like works off electrical charge, man. When you mess with your heart, some people walk into the hospital. For example, this is a little bit off the subject what I'm talking about. This with fast heartbeats, trick, cardio, all this fancy shit. That fast heartbeat, 100, like 200 beats per minute. Okay, that's ridiculous. The first thing you're gonna think is, what is the guy on, right? You can't accuse him unless you know. Do the blood work first, but you don't mess around with the patient and keep on prolonging that person. Because by the time you prolong the person and say, well, it's going to take about 3 or 4 hours to see, you see, triage nurse, you could die in that time. So I think the most serious things like that got to be, I mean, they got to check that shit out. They see it that high, they should take you right away. And a lot of hospitals nowadays, I've seen it myself. I've investigated myself. So I've been in the hospital myself with kidney stone, okay? That's a different subject, guys. Okay, I told you about the way I got my kidney stones through too much calcified calcium from my damn thyroid, I think. Okay, and that's proven fact, because I was making too much of it. Well, my body was with extra milk and everything else. And all, not really vitamin. I was not a vitamin back then, but it's a long story. I told you guys already. I'm talking about cardiomyopathy tonight. Okay, I just wanted to let you guys know. Okay, I told you I was going to, surprise you with the video with a little bit of information about cardiomyopathy. But I want to make a second video. Excuse me for, I got to, get my line straight here. A second video on about, like what else might cause cardiomyopathy too. Because there's several different things. When I said variations, I mean, I can't just come up and just mention things without, you can't really know unless you see the patient, right? Doctor doesn't know unless you see the patient. But they know what's more common, what more common activity is that might cause it. I mean, there's a lot of things that affect your heart, guys. Okay, number one, there's a lot of different heart diseases. Okay, you got your ones where you're born with defect, born with bad heart. Okay, that's a different story, though. I'm not talking about that tonight. Right now, anyway. Okay, you got your vascular problems. I told you about that, too. A little bit about that. Circulation problems. Okay. Lack of pumping action in your heart muscle could, a lot of things cause it. I mean, myocardial infection, myocardial inflammation is what I'm getting around to saying. Around the heart. They can't beat normal. It's the size of my fist, I think it is, the heart. That's what they say anyway. Size of fist, right? I mean, that's what I've heard anyway. I mean, I just did a little bit of math on it, but I'm pretty good at math. But that's common sense, guys. You guys don't do the same about as much as I do. But I just want to make a video about the same. I told you about last night about cardiomyopathy, and it must be proven. Though, must be proven. You go to the ER. Don't mess around with anything that is your heart is irregular or anything. If your feet are swollen up or anything like that, scared, I mean, you could have congested heart. That's something else. Congested heart failure, fluid building up, and all this other stuff. You listen up here near here, see if you got fluid. That's scary in the heart area. Congested heart failure, guys. Something. Know someone. You already know who it is. I told you this before. So I don't like to talk about it too much because it makes her upset. So, but anyway, this cardiomyopathy is very serious. You gotta look into it. I mean, enlarged of the heart too is another thing really bad. You look into that too, and there's complications with doing things. You really got to test blood, test the patient's condition before you start messing around. But you also got to know what to do, what to give them, what drugs not to give them. Because if you only give too much of something, because it might make a counteraction of something, you know what I'm saying? I mean, reps don't do that. They don't do this other stuff and make fancy, they don't play doctor and, I mean, well, I just know the knowledge is all basics like everybody else does, I like to look it up. Simple. I'm just one of those people who like to look it up and read more and educate myself more. That's all. I'm just being honest with you. And I will do more on a second view on this to recap this off more so I can get more information on that. myocarditis and, well, endocarditis too. That's an infection. So you can get that just by, the secret is bad teeth, okay? Not get bold, infection in here. Septicemia, I told you about that already. Okay, it goes all around, go right to the freaking brain. There's so much stuff could happen, guys. You can't wait till the last moment. But then again, knock on wood, ding, ding, ding. I am the kind of person that's stubborn. Okay, I have waited until the last minute to do things on my car. Okay, and on my life. I'm being serious, and I'm trying to make a little humor out of this too, also. But really, get your butt to the doctors. Anybody has any kind of bad heart rhythm, or knows any kind of, even in your history in your family. Okay, if you ask your grandfather, or high cholesterol, hyperlipidemia, there's so many damn things. Calcium, hyperkalemia. That's something else. That's a potassium. Okay, that's a different subject. We'll do that another day. Hyperkalemia. I think that's what they call it. Okay, or hypokalemia. Okay, but anyway, I know it's a very fancy word to use. I'm sorry, be spreading it out that fast and everything, but this video is not about something like that. I mean, cardiomyopathy could be considered in reconsideration. Like I said, variations. What could cause it? Blood pressure, maybe a lot of pumping action, not enough, blood pump, not enough oxygen too. I don't like saying that word too much because it scares the shit out of people. Okay, but you gotta be honest with people too. It's very dangerous. Okay, that's all I'm saying. But anyway, I pray that everybody stays healthy, and that's why we need better health care in the system. Really, that's the truth. And they know what medication you're on too, also. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and recap on a second view of this as soon as I can pull up some good sources and everything, which was a good source tonight. A little bit of education, not a lot, but like I told you about the potassium too, because you get too much potassium, your heart's gonna stop automatically. Hypokalemia. Okay, there we go again. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say God bless and goodbye not goodbye, but see you later, alligator, for right now. So y'all take care now, okay? Take care, guys. Have a good one. Okay, this is Steven again. I'm on live right now. I'm just tonight to do a video, and I did some last night. Went out to eat today. That's the topic for today. Went out shopping, did some shopping. Never really told you this before, but on a car, I told you about different filters in the car. Let's say you got your filters underneath your car, your fuel filter, it's so clogged up and everything, it just can't go, right? Myocarditis, endocarditis, things is really serious. And it goes into complications, high blood pressures, like a filter in, like I told you, this is the same thing with cardiomyopathy. See, I told you I would make the sneaker upper. Cardiomyopathy, right, guys? It doesn't pump the blood through the rest of the body right. You know why, don't you? Because it's lack of pumping action. Went to a really nice place to eat, all you can eat place. Cindy out, we booked it. Anyway, I wanted to get to medical a little bit. Talk about some things that possibly can affect your heart. Like